What's going on, everyone? Kami here, and you all said we'd hit there sooner or later, and we finally did it. We hit 100K! I rigged up some confetti to shoot, but I got... Jesus Christ! So we finally hit 100K, and first of all, I want to thank everyone that supported me, giving me kind words, especially my subs that have been around with me from the beginning. Much love, as always. You know I would not be here without you. So I thought as a little celebratory video, we do a Q&A. I kind of gave everyone a heads up on Discord and then also in some videos. The response was a lot bigger than I thought it would be. I want to thank everyone for giving their questions, no matter how memey they may have been. And I'm going to try to answer as many as I can in this video, but it can only be so long. So I apologize if I don't get around to it. I'll be doing more Q&A videos in the future, so you'll have a second chance to get your question answered. Now, due to the sheer amount of questions that I have, I'm going to be trying to answer them as quickly as possible, may paraphrase here and there, and they're going to be popping up over in that corner. So stop dilly-dallying around and jump on in. How old is your cat? He is 2.5 years old, and we got him when he was around 3 months old. He's an adorable little monster, and his name is Cassini, but we call him Cass for short. And a lot of people ask, like, oh, is that short for Cassie? No, it's short for Cassini, which is one of the satellites orbiting Saturn, Brandy's favorite planet. What's your #1 ice-breaking technique? Whether it's actually ice-breaking or conversational ice-breaking, take your pick. Is that a pun? Because if it's actual ice breaking, then I choose to get like a pick and a hammer. I know I'm old fashioned. As for conversational, I am super awkward in real life. Like, I don't know what it is, like how it's awkward right now. An old time classic of mine is letting one rip to a new person I just met, leaning over and saying, it's only awkward if you make it awkward. What was the first video game you've ever played? It was, I don't know actually. It was either StarCraft 1 or Delta Force. Those are like the main ones that I remember. And Delta Force, actually, my friend was playing and he's like, oh, you can't play this. This is too hardcore. And I was like, screw you, buddy. I can play it. And I got absolutely wrecked in it. It was like super strategic when it comes to first person shooters. And then I got introduced into Counter-Strike 1.6 and then everything just went away. That wasn't video games. If you could tell yourself one thing before you started your YouTube channel, what would it be? Oh my, so many things. Something really specific is always have a backup video. Like for me, I post a video every single day, and if you are recording a video a day prior or the day of to try to get it out, it's one of the most stressful things ever. Always have a backlog, or at least always have a backup plan. It's been over 1 year since the Apple Roses. Have you made them at all in the past year? Will you again? I need answers. Also excited to see you in Dr. Dolittle. So the Apple Roses were pretty good. They required a decent amount of effort, and I was sad that Brandy's came out so much better than mine, so I don't know if we'll be making it again. But again, it was good. As for the Dr. Dolittle, I mean, I'm glad that finally my years of trying to have a conversation with my cat, meowing at him, is finally going to pay off. Any advice for new streamers / YouTubers? I'm trying to grow my following. Yeah, I could give a lot of advice. My main thing would say to make sure that you have good quality in your video, your audio. Try to have a cam. People like to see your face. It allows them to connect with you a little bit more. Try to have a personality. Even if you have 0 viewers in your channel, talk it out, you know, talk about what you're thinking. It keeps people engaged, even if they just drop by for a second and then they'll start chatting. And then it's much easier to carry on a conversation with other people instead of yourself. Keep at it. Don't expect growth overnight, and don't quit your day job until you get a steady following and steady income, if you even are needing to do that, like you're on your own or whatever. Now, this next one is kind of a question, but I just wanted to read it out. As someone who struggles with multiple mental health issues, depression, anxiety, the usual, and a disorder, Tourette's syndrome, I have found your daily content something that is entertaining and can relax me for a little while. I was just wondering if you understood just how important content creators like you can be for some people. I've gotten messages a lot saying that I've helped them through some tough times, and reading what SupaDude44 just said, I can't really explain to you how much it means to me to read stuff like that. I know I'm out there just making a fool of myself and having fun, and some people enjoy it and some people don't, but to know that I'm making actually a difference in someone's life, even if it's just for like 15 minutes out of their day, if it just makes them a little bit happier, that's like amazing. I don't know how else to put that. How do you even keep talking straight while in a game? Do you go on auto mode on gaming or speaking, or do you just say whatever comes to your mind? Yes to all of those. I do talk a lot about what I'm doing in the game, so it becomes a little bit easier to talk while I'm gaming, just because I'm explaining what I'm doing and then my body knows to do what I'm saying. But you all know that I start talking and then I end up not finishing my sentences, and editing those videos makes me want to lose my mind. But honestly, the thing that I've learned through making these videos and playing the game is it's an acquired skill you need to have, because talking and playing is a lot harder than it sounds, especially if you want to form coherent sentences, which is why I rarely do. Honestly, if I was playing the game and not talking, I would probably perform about 20% better. I don't want to get, I'm not gonna say I'm not trying my hardest, but it does require a decent amount of focus to make sure you're saying the words of your language in the correct order to sound like a normal human being. So yes to auto mode on pretty much everything, and that's why weird things come out of my mouth sometimes. Do you actually feel better when you're hydrated? Also, how much water do you drink each day? So as to if I feel better, I do notice a couple of things. One, I don't eat as much because I feel more full. I'm drinking all that water. And in general, drinking that much water replaces your water weight, helps your circulation, and just overall, even if it's a placebo for me, this makes me feel better. It makes me feel refreshed, like I'm doing something good for my body because I'm sitting on my butt 12 hours a day. Ooh. And also, how much water do you drink each day? Well, you know that water bottle that I always have, the coldest insulated water bottle? Fancy. I probably drink about 2 to 3 of these a day, and I believe these are 21 ounces, so I drink about 42 to, I'd say about 50 ounces on average, where a normal person is supposed to drink around 64 ounces a day. So we're getting up to the normal amount, which used to seem just impossible to meet. But I tell you, man, sucking water through a straw just makes drinking water more fun to me. Will you ever learn another language for real, or will that remain a New Year's resolution that will never be followed? I have so many of those. Also, can you pronounce my name correctly? So firstly, will I ever learn another language? It's something that's still on my to-do list. I always joke that I barely comprehend the English language, let alone trying to learn another one. But I will say at least that I am telling myself I want to learn a new language. I don't know if it'll ever happen. If it does start to happen and goes actually into action, I will probably stream it and you guys can learn with me. I just don't even know what language I should do. And you guys have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments. My brain kind of goes towards Spanish because that's like the biggest majority of the other language spoken in the USA, but I just don't know. And can you pronounce my name correctly? This is probably wrong, but Gabianeloidy? That feels like I'm trying too hard and I'm trying. Gabianeloidy. The final answer. Kami, you almost have 4K hours in the game for Paladins, and I don't ever see you get frustrated. Can you please tell me how you can do that? And also, I had a lot of questions that kind of were the same, so I apologize if people are like, man, I asked that question too, and I didn't get picked. I just kind of picked the first ones that asked it, or maybe asked it with other questions so I could answer 2 for 1. But this one came up a couple of times. So how can I not get frustrated while playing Paladins? Well, I'll tell you. Editing. But seriously, I do get frustrated sometimes, and you may see that occasionally. My frustration is just slamming the table and screaming at the game. It's just literally getting frustrating, disappointed at the game. I got really mad at the game a while ago and started to kind of rag on them a lot, and it didn't really help my relationship with Hi-Rez or Evil Mojo or whatever you want to call them right now. And watching the videos and watching myself get frustrated, when you have to edit your own videos where you're getting mad, you can physically see how silly you look, like how pointless it is to get mad. So it's a video game, we're here to have fun, and the most important thing is I'm creating content on the internet that's supposed to allow other people to have fun. And some people might like watching other people gripe about things here and there, but that's not really what I want to be known for. I just want to be someone that tries to stay positive as much as possible without seeming too crazy and to spread positivity. So how do I do it? Just stop caring as much. It sounds way easier than it actually is. When are we gonna smash again? Mayor, soon. Listen, I've been busy with WoW. I'm a terrible person. WoW literally destroyed all my life links to everyone else. Everyone knows, like in my sub chat, they're like, where'd Kami go? And I'm like, I'm sorry, just give me a little bit longer. Soon, Mayor, soon. Where did the inspiration for the name Kami come from? It actually was a name that I had a while ago that was Kamikaze, and my friends all had like a lot shorter names, and we were kind of playing in leagues for CS 1.6, and they just asked, could you get your name a little bit more, professional looking, shorter? So I went with Kami. I learned later that it meant God in Japanese, and then there's Kami from Dragon Ball Z. It's one of my favorite animes. I don't know if you call that an anime, but yeah, nothing too special about it. How did you discover this buggy mess called Paladins? I actually when I started streaming, I was streaming Rivals of Aether, and I think I played it for a couple of weeks, and then Overwatch came out in week in beta, and then I played the Overwatch week in beta and loved it. I was like, man, I'm addicted to this so much. And when it went away, I was so sad. I didn't know what to do with my life. And it's like a show hole where you watch a show for like 8 years straight, and then it's gone. You're out of shows to watch, you're out of episodes, and you're just like, what do I do with my life? That's what I felt like. And one of my old time viewers, Mr. Angel Knight, was like, hey, you ever heard of Paladins? And I had replayed World of Warcraft recently. I was like, yeah, I know of a Paladin, but I don't know this Paladin. Tried it out. fell in love with that even more, played the crap out of it. Then another Overwatch weekend beta came out, tried it again and was like, I'm gonna go back to Paladins. I've been one of your subs when you had like 20K perhaps, and it was a blast growing up with your content every day. After I come back from my rigorous coaching institute with all my energy drained, it legit lit me up every time I see your videos. So for that, first, I want to congratulate you for your 100K, and thanks for those daily Kami doses. You're welcome, Phoenix. Second, can we expect a special Kami frag montage from you? It's been a while, I haven't seen a montage of yours in a long time, and especially those Shaolin kills. Well, Shaolin may not be happening anytime soon because when I get on them, it's just an FPS mess. When they fix it, I'll be playing a lot more Shaolin. As for montages, I've had some issues with like recording, and with Shadowplay, it's been a little bit figured out, like with these latest updates with graphics drivers and with Paladins updates becoming a little bit more stable. So I'm slowly accruing up some cool clips here and there, but I can't really give an ETA on it because I just need to get enough clips to put together for a sweet montage video. How did you meet Brandy? So I used to work at a LAN center. It was my uncle's LAN center called Talk City, and my friends used to come all the time, and one of my friends, you may have known him, he's known as Strive Online. He kept saying, oh, you're gonna love my friend, her name is Brandy, you need to meet her, but again, I don't go outside much, so I just kept living inside there, and he finally convinced her to come there and play Call of Duty with me. It took me like 4 days of playing with her before I realized she was into me, and then we started texting, and it just kind of went from there. So we met in a LAN center. So romantic. Why are you so hot? This is a question I always had. How can someone have the dot in the screen for the aiming? I see several YouTubers have the dot instead of the custom aiming thingy that the game provides. So you can actually find these settings in the options under the gameplay section. Scroll down to where it says reticle type, and then just find the dot. Easy as that. If you have it set to default, it'll change on whatever champion you're playing though. Can we get a setup tour video, please? It's so messy in here, you guys would cry. I'll give you a little sneak peek here. So here's us walking in. As you can see, a second chair for our little kitty to sit in with a camera pointed at it in case he, is sleeping on it. Then here's my camera. Lights are set up on this corner and up there. And of course, you just have my general desk. I've got the monitor set up on a stand. The left monitor is for my second PC, and the middle and right one is for my main gaming PC. I have my audio mixer right here in the middle, and the mouse that has the little squirrel for the mouse pad, that's my gaming PC mouse. And the mouse up at the top is for my recording PC. I've always wanted to ask this. Why is your nose so itchy? That's a good question. I think it's because I get really hot. My body has terrible circulation. I've been working on it for a while, but my body, like, I know when I get really hot, my head gets super itchy. I don't know if you guys have ever had that, but my nose also gets really itchy when I get super hot. I don't know, it's weird. Maybe I just have really long nose hairs because I'm old. Why don't you add more memes to your videos or music and stuff? That's a good question. Adding in memes is a lot more effort than I think people know. And I post daily videos, so if I required to put in X amount of memes or X amount of music, it would require a lot more work, and it'd just be hard to keep up with just one video editor. What do your parents think of your job/hobby? They are actually very supportive. They weren't a big fan of me playing as many video games as I was when I was growing up because I would miss a lot of school. Like, I didn't even graduate high school. I dropped out after my junior year because I missed so much class staying at home that they said that even if I went to summer school, I wouldn't even be able to graduate my senior year. I'd have to take another year. And my mom was like, I'm not going through this anymore. So I dropped out, got my GED, I got my associate's degree in computer networking, and now I'm using none of these things and streaming and having fun making content for you guys. But yeah, they're super supportive, and also very surprised I can make a living off of playing video games. They still don't fully understand it. Honestly, neither do I. Would you say that the best part of your videos are the thumbnails? That's my thumbnail artist. Obviously, yes, they're the best. No, they're fantastic. Like, you guys have noted, if you look way back and look at my old thumbnails, I even throw in a few of my thumbnails here and there, but look at this thumbnail, they're so good. I wouldn't say they're the best, but they make my videos even better than the best. Is that possible? Paladins has a creator program, but it seems like it does not encourage collabs, or is everyone just scared of other creators? Good question. I've contacted a few people like Frostfangs and Vex, asking them if they wanted to do any sort of collab where we just play games together, But I don't think the content creator program is really doing too much to encourage collabs. It's all about the content creators reaching out themselves. Again, I've reached out to a couple people. They're currently busy, some for PPL, some just moving or just doing their own thing. But also you have to keep in mind that people have their ways that they record, right? And you don't really see what's going on behind the scenes until it's actually edited and it looks all nice and pretty. It could cause issues with clashing. Like, if you can imagine me and Frostfangs, I've talked about this before. No disrespect to him, but he talks a lot. I also talk a lot. Can you imagine both of us together? It would just be this noise constantly. I still would love to try it. Are you a boomer? Considering that I just learned what a boomer was about a couple of weeks ago. I guess, yeah. Now get off my lawn. Do you like pineapple on pizza? Listen, I used to be one of the people that said no to pineapple on pizza. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I will eat it. I more like to keep the integrity of a pizza down to the fact that it needs to have marinara sauce and cheese. Like, it needs to have that. Don't put Alfredo sauce on it. I guess you can get away with, like, I've heard barbecue, like, style pizza where you get, like, chicken and then barbecue sauce as the sauce, but to me, that's not really so much of a pizza. A pizza needs to have marinara sauce, needs to have cheese, and then the toppings, you can throw whatever you want on it. It's still a pizza. Just personally not a huge fan of pineapple. You always say the champion you're playing is your favorite, but who is it that's your favorite? And then they're apparently pointing a gun at me, but then thinking about it, like maybe they shouldn't have pulled the gun on me. I think I'm still gonna have to stick with Maldamba. Still my favorite champion to play. What game did you play most before Paladins? It's a tie between World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade, or Counter-Strike 1.6. Honestly, I would say Counter-Strike 1.6. I played that every single day of my life. Where do you plan on taking your stream? This is the part where you shamelessly plug your stream. Yes, check me out, twitch.tv/KamiVS. That's KamiVS. On a more serious note, I've recently kind of gotten away from streaming WoW because I'm not playing it as much. And I know it's incredibly boring to watch to a lot of people. Some people are like, hey, I might enjoy that. But a lot of people, if you're not into WoW, it's kind of hard to enjoy it just for the streamer itself. And I understand that. I think I just want to play a lot of random games, do random playthroughs. Like I recently played a game where I was a ninja rabbit. I'm actually making a little video of it. Keep an eye out for that. It'll be fun. But just doing random playthroughs on stream with my cam and then doing kind of a sum up montage of the funny moments in it and then posting onto YouTube. That's kind of where I'm taking it currently. It could change directions again. You know me, I'm wishy-washy. Any game you want to get into but too lazy to start. Every game in the world. I would say Borderlands 3. I feel like I'm just too late. Everyone's already played through it. Everyone's like, I've been there, done that. Hey, Kami, congrats on the subs. You definitely deserve it. Much love. My question is, would you ever consider going back to the whole PML/PPL scene and why? To that question, no. And the reason why was because it doesn't allow me to focus on my content creation like I want to. I used to stream/record videos where we're doing scrims with other people. And it was really great because it gave people an inside look and you get to hear comms and all that fun stuff. But then teams started to say that they didn't want to give away their strategies and they didn't want me to record the games. Our team was fine with it, but it was the other teams that was the issue. And it's completely understandable. I mean, you look at any other game, especially when you get up to really high level where, money's on the line, they don't really want to show their games out into the public. And then the other part is just flat out time. Like if you took the time that I devote to doing anything to my content and then add on the amount of time, like back when we used to play with Realm Breakers, it was a PGS team or it would be PML now. We would scrim like 4 hours a night, 5 days a week minimum. And then like the off days were kind of going over strategies or doing VOD reviews. It was just a lot of devotion and adding both those up, it was just too much. So I had to choose the one that I really, really enjoyed and saw myself as for a future. And I didn't like the whole idea of my future being dictated on whether or not Hi-Rez succeeded in their esports or their game in general, and also on other people performing as good as they need to along with myself. So I stuck with content creation. How do you think the future is looking for Paladins? In my opinion, if season 3 isn't a banger, I won't see the game last for very long, sadly. Congrats on 100K. Thanks, Huga. Season 3, I mean, we say that a lot. I still think that I kept saying that if they don't turn themselves around and fix the bugs and all that fun stuff, that the game might die. And it's kind of like at a standstill right now. I think it's like slowly declining on the Steam charts. But yeah, if they don't improve the things that need to be improved that people have been asking for time and time again, it's going to be an issue. And this season 3 is coming with a decent amount of changes, like the cauterize changes and a lot of balancing that people have been griping about for justified reasons. And if they don't nail it perfectly, they're going to slowly keep declining on the numbers. But I don't want that to happen, but it may happen. When's the next Cooking with Kami episode? I'm looking for a killer grilled cheese recipe. All right. Let me hook you up with a secret recipe. You're gonna want some bread and you're gonna want some cheese. No, I can't. You should look up You Suck at Cooking grilled cheese. He's got some baller looking grilled cheese recipes on there. It's amazing. As for the next Cooking with Kami, to be announced. What's the best type of pudding? Tapioca. Easily. I'm an old man. I love you? I mean, it is a question. I don't know, do you? Will you be my Valentine, platonic or otherwise? Oh yeah, baby. I choose otherwise. Whatever that means. Are you going to drop the wedding pics, Kami, or is it something personal? It was something I was holding off for a little bit. I wanted to show my subs first, give them a sneak peek, but I completely spaced actually posting it to the rest of you awesome people. So if you go down in the description, you'll find a link to it. I think there's like 50 photos on there or so. It amazes me about how awful I am at taking pictures. Like if it's a candid photo of me doing something, it's fine, but the instant I pose, it's just like, Now that you're a married big shot YouTube star, have you ever been recognized in public? I have not. I took a picture when I went to an On the Border and was like, check out this margarita. And some person was like, yo, what On the Border did you go to? And I was like, oh, I went down this cross street. And they're like, dude, I worked there. I left like 2 hours before you took that picture. So I almost met something in real life that would have recognized me from my channel. That would have been amazing. But in general, no, I have not been recognized in public. Assuming you ever leave the house. Oh, right. I forgot to read that. Well, I don't ever leave the house. Also, where will you get classy barrack tattooed on your body? I want to say my butt, but honestly, I would just get it right on my chest, you know? That way, every time I take off my shirt, people can just marvel in the beauty. Would you rather be Superman or Iron Man? Please. I am Iron Man. What's your favorite Pokemon game? I would say Pokemon Yellow, just because Red and Blue, I'm always tempted to do the missing no infinite trick, and Yellow has blocked that out. And anything past Gen 1, I get confused and angry and I yell at people to get off my lawn. Kami, can you share your in-game sound settings? It happens a lot that you can easily tell when enemies are going in behind your backline, so just in case my settings are completely wrong for some reason, it would be quite helpful. I honestly have no idea what my sound settings are. Oh, well, okay, apparently you have to have your master and your effects volume to 69, your voice volume to 47, and your notification volume to 50. Music all the way down. There you go. The best sound settings of Paladins. You're welcome, team. Have you had your prostate checked recently? Just last night I did, but the doctor's appointment for my prostate exam is 2 weeks away. What's your favorite food? I mean, I don't want to go basic here, but I love pizza. As for like snacks, I could eat a million cashews and not blink an eye. I think I have an addiction. Kami, what's your favorite drink? It's obviously water. I have forced myself to get used to diet sodas. I really like diet, Dr. Pepper's okay. Diet Sprite is probably my go-to choice for a while, but I've recently adapted the love of Diet Cherry Coke. Yes. It's delicious. It's got 0 calories. It's got all the aspartame in the world, but you know, we're all gonna die sooner or later, so screw it. If we're talking alcoholic drinks, margarita is like the only thing I ever drink nowadays. So water, Diet Cherry Coke, margarita. Just throw it in a blender, call it a day. What's your favorite thing about the community you have built, especially now that it has reached this new milestone? That's a good question. I think personally, a lot of times that I've ever seen people conversing in my Discord channel or in general when they talk about me, everyone's just so nice. Like the whole thing that I'm trying to portray throughout my videos is don't be a douche, be nice, and try to help people out. And I think that is the people that I've attracted. So I've somehow, throughout all the internet bad people, have been able to attract just really nice people, and I'm super proud of that. So never stop being awesome and try not to be a dick that much. Do you watch anime, and which one is your favorite? So like I mentioned earlier, Dragon Ball Z was probably my favorite show when I was growing up. My Hero is also a really good one that I enjoyed. Hunter x Hunter was very good. Fooly Cooly, I think old school, if I want to seem all hipster and whatnot, that was one of my favorites. It was so goofy, it just was perfect. Yo, I'm running to the store, you need anything? Yeah, man buns, pick me up some cashews. Like as many as you can carry. So this last question is going to easily segue into the last thing I want to talk about in this video, and that is the future of the channel. Do you plan on playing anything else besides Paladins in the future, or do you think your channel will always have its Paladins theme until you stop enjoying it or it dies out, or at that point will you just switch games? So as you know, I have said in the past that I want to post other content on this channel, or maybe even start a second channel. And I posted things like Dead by Daylight, Risk of Rain videos, and a lot of you have messaged me and said, we really like those. Like, where'd they go? And that's one of the biggest things that I suck at, is like I start something and then I just kind of stop doing it. Either I get bored of it, or I don't see as much success in the videos that I do from Paladins, which I should expect because my channel is just all Paladins, and then I throw out another video that's not Paladins, and it's like, what do you expect? So it's something that I need to force myself to really like continually do so people can get used to the fact that I want to be a variety gamer. But being a variety gamer is hard. Like you have to like the streamer or the content creator itself, because like if you're locked into the game, then it doesn't really matter so much who's playing it. Like having someone that's entertaining is nice, but once they swap the games, if you're not locked onto that person, then you're just kind of gonna be like, nah, whatever. Like I mentioned before, yes, I've noticed that the Paladins views on videos in general and the player base has been going down steadily. It's not been going down crazy fast, but it's been going down very slowly and very steadily. And if I just primarily play Paladins the whole time and then the viewer base gets so low that I can't even pay bills, I hate talking about this, then that'll be bad. So I need to make this decision now, but I'm honestly like 100% real with you guys. I'm scared. Like I'm scared about what content I want to make. Will it kill my channel? Stuff like that. And that's why I kind of thought about making a second channel, and I dabbled around with it and I did a lot more research, and I realized it's going to take so long. Like it's to build up to a channel size of this big, and losing 100K subscribers hurts you a lot in your video rankings and all that fun stuff. So I think I really want to slowly try to transition into it. It's going to hurt for a while. I just think I need to start now though, before if the player base gets a little bit too low and then I can't afford to lose any more views and then I won't have any room to post other stuff. It's a little rough, but again, I don't really know what I want to do. You know, it's so weird. I've locked myself into Paladins for so long that in the back of my brain, I'm like, I don't want to do the same thing. I don't want to lock myself into another game. So I need to figure out a formulated format and everything perfect. And that's one of the worst things you can do as a content creator, is trying to make everything perfect. So I just need to do it. Like I mentioned before, I'm working on a video for Overgrowth as a Ninja Rabbit game. That'll be fun, and it kind of gives you a sneak peek as to what type of videos I want to do. They're just silly videos, silly montages or kind of, yeah, montages, just shortened up versions of all the really funny stuff that happened when I do a playthrough. And then if you want to watch the entire playthrough and you want to see a cam, you can watch them on my stream. I still enjoy Paladins, but I'd like to play other games. All right, so I think it's time to wrap this up. I tried to get as many questions as possible, and this video might be a little bit longer than I wanted, but I really didn't want to skip too many. I apologize if I wasn't able to get around to your question, but just wait out on the next time that I open up Q&A, ask it again, and I should be able to get to it. Thank you again to everyone that's helped me and stuck with me since the beginning, or even if you're new. I mean, the start of a new ride past 100K, how far can we get? To the moon, I say. I'm gonna head out of here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
Hey, thanks for watching. I'm not gonna be one of those people who asks you to like and subscribe, so I'm not gonna ask.